the 18th of December 2021, I posted a video which is unlisted now, talking about why I quit social media a couple months prior to that video and my plans on my future as an artist. Now it's been a year, I just want to revisit this topic and talk about how I'm doing. First of all, let's go back to the reason why I even opened an Instagram and Twitter account in the first place. And it was just for one reason: to promote my webtoon. I thought I had to because when I looked at all the well-known webcomic artists, they all had these bajonkers-sized social media followings, and when I watched a video Webtoon themselves posted for canvas creators about how to grow your Webtoon following, their advice was get a massive following on Twitter and Instagram in the first place, so otherwise there's no other way. When I looked for advice from older successful artists, generally what I got from them was I had to get Instagram and Twitter and build a foundation there, and everyone and everywhere was saying I needed to post on those platforms, otherwise I will die. I was super reluctant at first to follow the advice because I always heard so much about the mental matters these platforms could cause, but opened accounts anyway because I wanted my work to be seen. At this time I predominantly used Instagram because I enjoyed the format more, so I'll be talking about Instagram mainly. And I promised myself that I wouldn't get mentally fried, so I'll remain detached from my social media, but I did anyway. I mentally deep-fried myself within a couple of days of opening these accounts. Very quickly became obsessed with numbers, and it got very tiring, especially on Instagram, because goofy little Instagram kept changing their algorithm every other day. Like one day they like reshares, then the next day they like the number of likes on your reels or something. I made like a couple reels because I was promised by those like algorithm guides that they say reels will get you more followings. I'm like, oh okay. So after I posted 2 or 3, I got already done with it and I didn't do it anymore. I was already really frustrated and I got 0 followers but 10 likes in total from reels. I would constantly compare myself to others on the platforms as well. I saw half of Instagram are like 17 or something and draw like gods with 100k followers. Like, I always think, damn, am I starting art too late? Maybe I should have started drawing when I was a fetus. Often I joined trends or challenges like Sailor Moon or Squid Game or whatever was popular at the time, simply for the chance that more people would follow me and not because I personally wanted to. But anyway, when I drew these stuff, I never really got any followers anyway from it. I remember I would also comment compliments on others' posts just because I wanted them to look at my art posts. So all my compliments had an ulterior motive and it felt very, very forced and unpleasant. I felt super restricted with my art on these platforms because I would only draw what fit my page's theme and art style and what others liked. Because I had a feeling that if I drew something slightly out of theme or genre, my following would just plummet into the abyss and die. For a year I kept going on. I kind of dropped Twitter because I developed a really strong dislike for the community on there, and luckily I had 0 followers. On Instagram I reached 70 followers after a grueling 500 hours of work I put into my page. I checked my numbers every day and was never happy until I reached a higher number. And if I did reach that higher number, I would still be unhappy. And I know many bigger artists give advice of don't give up on building your Instagram following, Twitter following, because maybe one day your work will get noticed suddenly and you'll get that 100k following you've already dreamed of. And I'm thinking, nope, and whenever I heard that, I thought, you know what, every day I'm getting closer to giving up. So yeah, I decided to give up. But somehow on a nice day, I stumbled across something called, you don't actually need to use Instagram or Twitter or social media in general to be a successful artist online and still can make a living. I was very surprised at first because for many years the only advice I was told was that this was not possible, but now all that became simply a choice. In the non-Twitter and non-Instagram art community, I mainly found that blogging sites and YouTube were the most predominant platforms used. I know that YouTube is still not a really good site, but I guess much better than Instagram health-wise. Well, that's for me personally, because I feel I have more freedom and expression for art, but of course, YouTube has still a lot of regulations, algorithm stuff, blah blah. Making your own website and blog would give you the most freedom, if we look at it that way. And I suppose YouTube is also really timeless in a way because people have more incentive to look back on older videos regardless of trends. So you don't have to think about keeping up to date all the time and posting every day or something to keep an active following. So I quit Zuck and the Bird because I realized I could actually make it without the soul-frying platforms in every day of my life. I've been doing YouTube for 2 years now, and a year if I'm looking at the time I quit. I've been doing Webtoon for 3 years now. If I was to compare my online presence to when I did have social media and when I didn't, I don't feel any difference. Well, I guess I don't have much of a say in here because when I quit I only had 70 followers on Instagram and 0 on Twitter and 40 on YouTube, so yeah, I don't know if I can have much of an opinion on that, but thinking about my productivity, my mental approach with art and how happy I am, yeah, I would say I'm much better compared to back when I had the Bird and Zuck in my life. So in conclusion, I would say I am very glad that I quit, because if I didn't, I would still be in that endless brain frying cycle and I probably would have gone insane by now. So, you know, I feel much more at home with just YouTube, Webtoon and DeviantArt, which is all I need for now. I'll make another video again in a year's time to give an update on my progress. Let's see by then or in several years' time if I can really make it into the art and webcomic realm without those platforms. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you want to keep updated with my works, and see you later.